the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo, lakad mo,
Normally.
bkop.
What? The introduction?
Fight! Yeah, that's it.
Cabal
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Some trouble and finish him. First blood there for Lou. All right. So XG starting it off quick. I mean, that's exactly
Fatality. The mana burn on Fade Beyond.
Yeah. Lou got that first blood and he bought the Sage's Mask, so he's looking to have that mana regen. He wanted the Ring of Basilius to have the mana regen, and Faith Beyond sees that and goes the other way with it, right? Like, I'm gonna burn your mana, and your mana regen won't matter. Hey, they've got the dust, and Lou's in trouble, and he doesn't have the tree in here to help him. He's just dead.
This is exactly to be expected. You're
Just sit here, especially if Nothing to Say makes the decision to just TP top and no try and go again. I guess the key to thinking that is the fact that Jinkyu has
They're
dust
going
again. Yeah. He's got the dust. They want to go. He's already used Icarus Dive. That's like the one thing holding them back. But the Fire Spirit, oh, and the dust. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Have to just use a Feroce. Yeah, this is ambitious. Why? Very dead.
I think every Bane player has a little bit of that suicidal string.
I know.
But do they have a dust? At the moment Lou shows himself.
Yeah, Dream Coil from the trees, and he snaps a Supernova, Waning Rift, and the damage is there. Xingqiu now dominating. The Supernova goes off and actually stuns up Tank, but they'll get the Laguna Blade off to kill off Nothing to Say. They'll end up trading. They think about the overgrowth. He's already used the Icarus Dive Hill Sunray to the high ground, and there's the overgrowth. Make sure he doesn't get out. Double kill for Paparazzi.
Yeah, he wanted. They know PL this year.
Oh, doppelganger. And doesn't stun the right one, and now goes to the Diffusal Blade. They might even try to turn this one around. Old 11 in a lot of trouble. Hex out now onto Xingqiu. Xingqiu does have the Supernova if he wants to use it, but the BKB was popped early by Paparazzi, and they got the 3-man Dream Coil. Illusory Orb now looking for it on the cliff. Gets it in a decent spot, but they're already running away on the side of Xtreme Gaming. Chases on with the Blink as well as the Infernal Blade. They might have caught themselves Lou, but the LSA comes down. They've also got the stun. The Overgrowth is there. They get the kill on Faith Beyond, but they end up losing Lou. And Nothing to Say. He's going to continue on. They finish off DY. They jaunt to the Illusory Orb over into the lane. Nothing to Say jumps in with the Blink Dagger as well as the Waning Rift and gets the...
Amazing, but today Y and Xingqiu just doing a bit more. Why? As I... It's okay.
It goes to Doom's not up. Oh, well, no. Never mind. Doom's up. And four-man smoke from LGD with Ame continuing to just farm. He wants to get into that part, I believe, as quick as possible. Blink out a Dragon Form, looking for the Dragon Tail with the BKB pop by Faith Beyond. Go to the Doom and throw it out onto the DK. Y will die. Dream Coil's down. That lands only onto Tank.
Nothing to say.
They move forward, and Nothing to Say is in deep. They've got themselves the Supernova, but it's not on the cliff. It's right in between all these heroes. Oh no. Xingqiu, he ends up dead. That Supernova does nothing. They've already used the Doom. It doesn't get them anything. Like, yeah, you got the Shadow Shaman, but that wasn't who you doomed. Starting to build into a little bit of damage going into the MKB. It's not just defensive with the BKB and the Lincolns.
I think she falls easier and faster than the Clinks. She doesn't have nearly as much mobility in the form of skeleton.
Nothing to Say. Lincoln's popped, and he needs to be really careful. Ame on the other side as well. They've got the Fiend's Grip out onto the DK. They've got Y, though. He ends up dead. He's the first one to fall. The Supernova's in a great spot, but the right clicks are just too much for him to handle. It's a level 2 egg, but it's still not enough to survive. And the right-click damage coming in from Paparazzi. The Waning Rift, it's on to 3. And the Dream Coil on the backlines, they'll take out Tank. They'll look over at Faith Beyond, and he's eating a lot of damage here, but they've got the Doom onto Lou. They take him out. They look over at the DK. Old 11 on the run. He's in the Nature's Crest to try and defend himself, but he won't be able to survive. Old 11 goes down to Ame. And
they lost the fight almost immediately after getting the item, though.
Bottom lane, Lincoln's popped again. Waning Rift, LSA, Laguna Blade, it's starting to come in, but they got the Fiend's Grip again. Why is there time and time again? They lock down this Lina. Paparazzi with the BKB again, right clicks. Oh, thank you. You try so hard, but you don't get that far. They'll lose Y. The Lotus Orb is onto Paparazzi. They land the LSA onto Ame. Nothing to say, needs to run the Burning Barrage, coming in with a Mjolnir doing so much damage. And Paparazzi standing his ground with the Ultra Kill.
Just give this man a rampage at this point. He deserves it. Yeah, that's just... They try and they throw everything into him, but he's just... Okay, they caught Xingqiu.
Paparazzi?
Get there?
Oh, okay. As they drop down an Observer Ward up on the top of these steps. They'll go in on Ame. They've got the right click damage coming through, but the Nightmare to try and save him. They've got the Hex as well as the Doom coming up with the Sunray. It's not going to be enough to save Ame. He buys back into the fight. They use the Fiend's Grip on a tank, but it's not enough damage. They finally get themselves a Supernova off. It's a triple kill for Lu. DY burning, and he's also got the Spirit Vessel on him. Meanwhile, the Doom's not going to do anything to this Clinks. Lu's the orb over. The Silence out with Waning Rift hitting out a Paparazzi as well as tank. Lu on the run. They pop.
Why not?
What they can do. Lu coming in. And nothing to say. And Ame pressured up. LSA lands and Ame just bought back. He's dead. He's gone. 2 minutes. That might just be the game without Ame. They're going to have to salvage a lot here from LGD to even hold on to this one. They have found themselves why. They've certainly got the damage, and it's godlike for Paparazzi.
No, nothing to say. TPing back mid, trying to push out the waves a little bit. There's a huge wave pushing in.
Tail, but they've got Lina coming in from the bottom lane. The racks they already took earlier in this game. They'll glyph. 39 seconds without Ame. Paparazzi pushing forward, going straight tier 4s. They've got the Hex. They'll have the lockdown, but do they have enough to get the kill here on a Xingqiu? They will. They'll clean him up. He doesn't have buyback. Fiend's Grip used on a tank, but again, it doesn't net them anything. Waning Rift onto 4. They've taken a 1 tier 4 already, and they'll call GG. Xtreme taking game 1. Well done.
Yeah, that was just not really what...
Dow ate a lot. And I was comparing it to how Nigma were playing with RMN, and I'll hold that thought for a second. 2-second stun out onto Y, and first blood there for Old 11. It's an easy kill there. Phase, I think, has to be pretty good from LGD, I guess, considering that nothing to say is over on that Pango. We've seen some subpar performances from him. Faith Beyond again, Inkswell trying to get on top of this brew. They land the stun, the Blade Fury is there. They'll go for the kill, but he is, again, that tanky guy, especially with that Fairy Fire. Nothing to say comes in with the Rolling Thunder, bouncing off the walls, and they'll get the kill on a loop. They look over for DY. DY's trying to snipe out Faith Beyond, but now he's been bounced up into the air. Faith Beyond's getting greedy here. He just needs to avoid the Stroke of Fate so he can get the Cinder Brew on him, and they'll get that kill. So they'll take out DY while they do lose Y over bottom, but they fall in a trade while they lose. Supernova, Serpent Words, they'll take it. Both teams. Faith Beyond first item Aeon disc. That's interesting. Y in some trouble. They've got the Phantom's Embrace with the Sunray. Old 11 will get the last right click to get that kill. Xingqiu coming over. He does not have that level 6 just yet. The Balance Strike lands on 2. Nothing to say coming over, going into the Rolling Thunder. They have the Shackle, so they'll have the control. That means Nothing to say can go for somebody else. They focus their attention on Old 11 and get the kill. Paparazzi coming over on this DK. So is Lu. The end of the Rolling Thunder does hit the Jug. And now the Swashbuckle away and killing off tank at the same time as the Serpent Wards were finally committed because he got that level 6, getting the kill on Old 11. Inkswell lands just on the edge onto Ame. They've got 3 on that Jingu, and that will proc with him getting the Balance Strike off. They get the kill on the DY. They've taken out 3. They've got the Shackle now on a Paparazzi. LGD kind of getting away with a lot here as the Jingu starting to hit away at Paparazzi, and Old 11 coming back in the fight. Phantasm, Stun, Reality Rift, Ame in well too far, and now they've lost numbers. They'll lose that Monkey King. Will they lose anything more? Serpent Ward's still down for about a...
They haven't been fighting in these important positions. That's one of the reasons why I said it's unconventional for them to fight bottom.
Ame in trouble. Inkswell lands. Phantom's Embrace is there, and they'll try to keep Ame alive, but there's the Soulbind, and now CQ might be in trouble too. He's joined the fight and maybe joined the wrong fight. Sunray on top of him, and they won't. Not exactly the best move there, but the Supernova laid down. Y taking a lot of damage. So there's nothing to say. He's already lost the Aegis. They go into the Primal Split. They've got the Cyclone. Supernova goes off. And Ame, two-man Boundless Strike. That lands. Fireball placed down by Paparazzi. And Sunray out, but Tank getting low. So is DY. Rolling Thunder comes in with the Wukong's command being used, but the Reality Rift is there to get the kill into the Xingqiu. Already used the Aegis in this fight, and it's so far only been a 2 for 2. Rolling Thunder hits again. Old 11 Paparazzi bounced up. Blue does not have the Omni Slash to fight with, but he does have that healing ward. So keeping them healthy and pushing LGD back by having that sustainability is the name of the game right now for Xtreme. But Blue may be out a little bit too far for a second as he gets...
Nice little fight from PSG.LGD, but like you said, they did lose the Aegis, both of the sports as well.
Again going down, but they might be able to get a kill here on Old 11. They've got the Phantom's Embrace on nothing to say. The Boundless Strike again. Old 11 will eventually fall. Can't Armutagio his way out of that one. And they're going to go for more. They dropped down the Serpent Wards, which they used for Roche, and Paparazzi is at least the one blocked on this one. Lu gets out of it for now. Ame with the Xingqiu thinking about going back in. He's looking for the right opening on this one. Rolling Thunder once more. Paparazzi bounce up into the air. So is DY. Faith Beyond. Well, he's right there with that clap right on top of Paparazzi to get the kill. The Primal Spring on top of Lu as well as DY. They clean up DY so quickly, and nothing to say is unstoppable.
They're just messing around. Even the Aeon Disc first on Brewmaster just shows the... There we go.
Go after Faith Beyond. There's the Aeon Disc, the Silence is in, and there's the Soulbind, but to release that Soulbind, he'll go into the Primal Split. They'll look after Tank. Omni on Y. Not exactly sure if he's the best target for that. It's going to be a kill out onto the Death Prophet, though. Primal Spring right on top of Paparazzi. Old 11 here with the BKB Popeye Ame. Fireball down, Xingqiu nearby. Balance Strike is there. Paparazzi ends up dead. That's 2 gone. Make it a 3rd with DY falling. Wu's been caught. He's been hexed, and now he's shackled. Wukong's right on top of the Juggernaut. They'll get themselves a 4th. They'll look over at Old 11. They get the stun out from Faith Beyond, and Ame is here right there with him. The stun comes out from Old 11. It's a 3-second Chaos Bolt. Swashbuckle, Shackles once again with the Sharp. Ultra kill for nothing to say. Beyond godlike for the... Yeah. Maybe if Ame doesn't show himself, he doesn't go for that TP. It's a little greedy, you know?
Nah, if you're spinning, you're TPing. Top lane...
Top lane? Might be able to get a kill here.
Oh. Yeah, DK just...
Dead. Very dead. Serpent Ward's committed exorcism there with BKB being popped by nothing to say. They've got the Shackle on the Old 11. Inkswell's there. Soulbind connecting. But Ame is dominating as he gets the kill on the Tank over bottom. Reality Rift, Omni Slash bouncing around. Nothing to say. Give it up a 10-time spree to Old 11. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of...
They're working with this exorcism, but nothing to say. Drops the Paparazzi. They've got the Blade Fury on top of these heroes with the Wukong's command coming out. They'll kill off Paparazzi. They'll take out Lu. Old 11 falls. 3 heroes gone on the side of Xtreme Gaming, and LGD might just be looking for the jugular. Tank on the run. Icarus Dive, no chance. That's what you've got. Boundless Strike landing and hitting
Old
Tank.
11.
Take him out of the game. Old 11 TP's in, but he's in the wrong spot of the map for this one.
Yeah,
Old 11
GG.
will fall. It'll be GG. It is all over for the side of Xtreme Gaming in game number 2. It is, well, LGD closing the door and turning out the lights and
get themselves into the grand finals and potentially get themselves a ticket towards TI. PSG.LGD, pride is on the line. We'll see what they've got here. They're not giving me any time for an introduction. bkop, Lizzard, take it away. Game 3, PSG.LGD and Xtreme Game.
You can run away from Tank. He might be dead here.
Spirit Siphon might be enough to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but eventually the stacks will be there and they'll get the kill. Y, though, might be traded. Fairy Fire, Double Edge, now on cooldown, but eventually... Oh, one more. There it is. Old 11 getting the kill. He trades.
He bought himself some time. Top lane, DUI.
Inkswell pops, and it won't be enough to well, keep Faith Beyond alive, or, well, keep DY himself alive. It wasn't enough to get the kill onto Faith Beyond afterwards, so it ends up being a trade where Blue does get the benefits of being there by himself. Meld Strike again on the Xingqiu, and maybe Xingqiu putting the pressure on Lu to make him make the rotation. Lina's back at base. Lu's sitting low. Dragon Tail lands on a Faith Beyond, and they've got the Cinder Brew as well as the Thunderclap. They'll go after these two heroes. They'll ignite, and they'll start to turn this around. 2 stacks of the Shadow Poison, make it a third coming through. Shackle out, Meld Strike in. There's the Hex onto Lu, but it doesn't net them anything just yet. Nothing to say went over bottom to get a kill onto the Centaur. They'll take out DY up in the top lane. 4 stacks of Shadow Poison, make it a 5th. That will bring down Paparazzi. Why doing it single-handedly? Although you throw Shadow Poison out with...
It depends on the risk assessment, right? Like how much can you do with those mutations.
Top lane, it's hard to land the Inkswell when you're getting disrupted, but the TPs are starting to come. They've also got Lu here. They'll go to the Primal Split. Paparazzi focusing his attention onto Y. It's 2 hits from Lu that ends up helping them to get the kill, but they end up trading DY. Now they need to find a way out for Faith Beyond.
Lina.
Oh, Lina's here with the LSA as well as the Laguna Blade to get the kill on a tank. They'll look over Paparazzi. Ame's joined the fight. He is here top 2. Jingu will go off once he's unstunned, and Ame will come through and committed on this one. Shadow Poison. Now finally the Shadow Demon joins them. Paparazzi taking some stacks here. They'll go for Roche. Ame in, but doesn't steal the Aegis. They will take Paparazzi's life. They've got the disruption on Ame, and now the Soulbind is out. They've caught themselves a TA. They'll take the first life out of the hands of Lu. Now they look over as well. Centaur, Old 11 in some trouble. The LSA trying to catch Tank, but the Balance Strike is there. They'll finish off this Death Prophet, going after now the Grimstroke and this Templar Assassin. Goes into the meld. They've got the dust. The right clicks are there, but they have the shackle coming in from Xingqiu. This is going to be at least a 4th if they can avoid the Inkswell and play this properly. They'll end up getting the kill on a Xingqiu, but it's a trade 4-for-1 and potentially a full team wipe. It will be as LGD get late, a smidge, if you will. But yeah, they don't ultimately end up getting that. Soulbind, Serpent Ward's committed. DY very dead, and the Primal Split will be used to try and catch a +1. They actually won't find anybody for the moment, but they are wrapping around and maybe getting tanked. They are pretty fast, these bears. Trap exploded. Faith Beyond. Oh, just he was casting it. And now Faith Beyond, well, he's kind of in a bad spot. So is Y. They stampede, they run over these heroes, they go to the Exorcism, they'll start to turn this around with a double damage out onto the Death Prophet, but they get the kill on Old 11 with the Laguna Blade, lose in, but he's stunned up. They'll TP in the Grimstroke, but a 3-man stun with the LSA, they get the kill on the Xingqiu, they look over now with the right clicks coming up for nothing to say. Faith Beyond is gone to Tank, but Tank eventually falls. Cinderbrew. Primal Split, starting off with Tank. They don't want Death Prophet in this fight, despite the fact that Exorcism is already on cooldown. Boundless Strike through, it hits DY. Now they'll go to the Stampede to get out of the circle, but they've got the Cyclone. Phantom's Embrace onto DY as well. They did take the top tier 2 while taking this fight, so the outpost is open.
I think that should be a BKB completed on Monkey King as well, and it is 20 minutes in once again. Monkey King top lane.
BKB. Really well timed. Balance Strike comes out onto Lu, and now they're going to go after this TA, trying to TP out. Do they have a way to stop it? Of course they do. They've got the disruption. They'll stop the TP. They back out of the fight for the moment. Double edge onto the illusions, and now they've hit up Xingqiu with that Phantom's Embrace. The Inkswell, never a jump from Old 11. The blink forward. They've got the Hex. It's out onto Lu. The Laguna Blade is there, but do they have the damage? The last right click from nothing to say to get the kill. Xingqiu falls, but his Serpent Wards are there to clean up Old 11. They get the kill on a 2, and now they're going to look for more. Ame. No Balance Strike for 15 seconds. So that probably means these heroes get away. Tank moving forward while the Exorcism's going off.
Point, but so the BKB was maybe more necessary.
Almost bring down. They've got the Hex immediately coming from Xingqiu. Xingqiu moving forward thanks to that Blink Dagger. And while Old 11 and Tank will fall again in the same spot they fell the last time. And this is right on into Roche. This time probably.
This lane almost has a Satanic completed. They'll jump back in.
Oh, they've got the jump back in. They throw the Hex out onto DY, Exorcism, and the Spirit Siphon. But here they go. We've got the right-click damage coming up for Nothing to Say. Nothing to Say just throwing it onto the side of Xtreme Gaming. They've already lost 2 of these heroes. They'll take a paparazzi. And watching on from a distance is Lou. And, well, they don't even have Old 11 there. He's farming in the jungle on the other side of the map. They'll go straight for the tier 4s. They'll try to notch up this series and go into the grand final. So LGD again putting the pressure on Xtreme Gaming to do something, and, well, they can't do anything. They'll call GG on Xtreme Gaming, and LGD will book their ticket to a rematch against Aster in the grand final of the regionals.
This last game just looked... the second and the last